Okay, everyone, we are back with, or I'm back again. Haven't seen it since yesterday. But yeah, we're going off with the Illusion of Gaia run. Take it away, Solar.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Illusion of Gaia Randomizer. Let's bring up the main screen here. So, for those of you who know Illusion of Gaia, you know it's an extremely linear game. But it took the mind of Don't Bagoo Me to come up with a way to break this game down into a way that we can just traverse every continent and not worry about the linearity. So I'm going to be going through parts of the randomizer, what's been randomized, what things are a little harder, what things are a little easier, just what items do what, your usual randomizer stuff. Let's hope that we stay within the estimate. We should. So a little bit about the seed. I haven't seen the seed, so this will be new for me as it is new for you. If you have any questions in the chat, please ask. Much more than happy to answer for you. So a little bit about the category before I start. It's listed as extreme mode, so it's the hardest difficulty setting. A lot of things are going to one-shot me if I get hit by them. We've got the chaos logic, which means that the ability moves that the characters get in this game are shuffled not only in the dungeons but also within towns, and so I have to check more dark spaces looking for ability moves. I have to keep that in my mind. And forced unsafe refers to the starting location of the run. So typically in Illusion of Gaia you start at the hometown of South Cape, but for the randomizer we're going to be forced to start in a dungeon somewhere, and that might be the beginning of the dungeon, the middle of a dungeon, wherever there might be a dark space in a dungeon that we have access to leave. In the vanilla game, we could start there, so hopefully it's not in a later dungeon, which would be a little scary to get out of right off the get-go, but we'll see. Yeah, let's get started. So I'll count down from 5 and on go. We'll start the timer, and then I'll let you know when the timer stops. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You're off. Good luck.
Thank you. All right. So we're starting at Angkor Wat. What an awful place to start. Good morning, Rando. Alright, so I already know that I can't go further in the dungeon because I don't have any moves to progress, so we have to run back through this area. Hopefully we don't get hit by anything here. Anything we see would one-shot us like that. Alright, so let's get started. Should be exciting. I love these flies. Yeah, so this is probably the worst dungeon to get stuck in because of these flies in the garden. It's just going to take us one try to get out of here to where we might not have to come back for a while. You might see me here for about 3 minutes trying to dodge these flies. But we'll get out of here, don't worry. I know Atlas is in chat right now, he's loving it. So, these flies, they move seemingly randomly. They will stay still as long as you're not on the screen with them. So it's not like I can control their movement. So we'll start with talking about the randomizer. There's death messages that are randomized in the game. This is one first thing we're going to talk about randomly. So be calm, God awaits you at the door, Gabriel Garcia, okay? We're going to be seeing that a lot. Pretty fun to get stuck in this area at first. Man, this fly is loving me. So I can't go too fast. I gotta get around this other enemy. Got a little lucky with the fly RNG there. And we're finally out. Alright, so a little more to get through here. I'm gonna set the checkpoint again. Angkor Wat is one of the rare dungeons where we have a checkpoint system in the dungeon. Usually, if you die, you just get sent back to the beginning of a dungeon. But in Angkor Wat, there's a few screens where you have checkpoints. Alright, so we're gonna pick up the one and only treasure chest I can get right now in here. Turns out to be a red jewel. And we're finally gonna leave this awful, awful dungeon. So yes, the creator of this randomizer is Don't Bagoo Me, and I'm already screaming at him right now for this random seed starting me in Angkor Wat. But finally, we're out. So we're gonna go to Euro, the main town on this continent. This is in the second to last continent of the game, so pretty squishy when it comes to enemies. So right now I'm just checking the known locations of items in the game. You're gonna have random items. And let's just talk about what I'm picking up. So I've been picking up a few red jewels. Red jewels are the kind of collectibles in this game. In the vanilla game, if you get 50 red jewels, you'll be able to go to the secret dungeon. And as you collect those red jewels, you also get power-ups or healing items from Gem the Jeweler. So I have a few red jewels, and what the jeweler gives us and how many red jewels I need to go to the secret dungeon are randomized in this run. So here's Gem in this town. Give him red jewels. He gave me another red jewel. Another red jewel. Alright, so his inventory, I need 7 red jewels in total for the will. We got the Mu Palace key, the diamond block, the memory melody, and my secrets being the final dungeon. That's a hefty weight on the jeweler for key items, so that's good to know. I'm going to be coming back there often. Alright, so let's head to this dark space, see if we have a chance for a move. No move. Okay, so the last part of the category is 4 statues. The kind of main way that people have been playing this game is to do 4 statues or 3 statues, depending on your logic. Chaos, having 4 statues might be a little overkill, just because you kind of lower the chance to lock yourself out of a dungeon. In Chaos logic, it is possible that certain dungeons might be locked out based off item location. Alright, so I also have the black glasses, which will let me traverse the room of white light in Angkor Wat, the dungeon I was just in, but we can't actually get to that room yet. So let's head over to Natives Village. There's another dark space and an item to get here. Dark jewel. Let's save that for later. It's like the second one. So as I go through these dark spaces, we'll find ability moves, and so we find an ability move here in Natives Village. We get the Spin Dash, which is awesome. Spin Dash is going to allow me to traverse ramps, and getting it now means the dungeons that are earlier in the game, before you would even have access to it, I can now progress through a little faster with Spin Dash. You also saw me get... So I can go back here, and I can get my item. What was it? Were you gonna give me a will? Alright. What am I missing? So the game's assuming that I'm gonna have 7 red jewels here. I'm just trying to think of where the 7th one would be. Can't do anything at Mount Temple. I already did natives. Okay, I have Spin Dash. Can't do Mount Temple. Good morning, everyone. It is 4:50 in the morning for me, and I am not thinking right. Alright, so to access most of Mount Temple, you need Spin Dash, and that's what I got in that dark space. And so we'll progress through here. This is by far my least favorite dungeon. Not looking forward to going through here, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, I cut off my train of thought from before. See, there's another statue there. We can also transform into Freedan. So Will and Freedan are going to be the 2 characters that we're going to get moves for. And until I get the 2nd move on the tracker, the Psycho Slider, and the 1st move, or the 4th move on the tracker, the first one for Freedan, the Dark Friar, I'm going to be checking dark spaces. So a lot of this playthrough is execution on dodging enemies. Most of the time, you can track which direction the enemies are going to be going. That's why Angkor Wat's kind of dangerous. It gets a little harder to track the movements of the flies. Okay, Gorgon Flower, which is taking us back to Navis Village. Okay, so what's randomized in this run as I try to keep going through this dungeon? The items are all randomized in their location. The ability moves are randomized. There are puzzles in this game that are randomized. So in the Incan Ruins, you have the golden tile you have to step on to unlock the end of the Incan Ruins. And you need the wind melody to see which tile that is. In vanilla, we know what tile it is, but in this randomizer, the tile's randomized, and without the wind melody, you'd be guessing where you're supposed to stand for 10 seconds straight. So, if I can't find the wind melody, I could brute force it, but let's hope it doesn't come to that. The statues required to complete the run are also randomized. Actually, I should just die here because I don't have any mushroom drops to progress. So, in the vanilla game, you have mystic statues that you collect from the main bosses in the game in certain dungeons. You need all 6 to complete the game, but for the randomizer, you can choose which statues you need, and send the red jewel over, Gorgon Flower to unpetrify these. Purity Stone. Alright, so that's going to send us to the Sea Palace, but we can go back to Euro now, get the will because we have 7 red jewels, and head over to Watermia on the previous continent. So yeah, I don't even know what statues I need right now. Gotta get it. I won't know that until I go to South Cape, which is on the first continent. And as it stands, we don't have a way to get there yet, so we're going to be playing blind. Alright, so this is Watermia. We also have access to Angel Village, which has puzzles at the end of its dungeon, and those puzzles are randomized, so it should be interesting to see what we get for this seed on those puzzles. But yeah, there's been a lot of work put into breaking this game out of its linearity. We've had playtesters. Rama statue, alright. And that's for Extreme Chaos Unsafe. Oh yeah. We've had playtesters go through this. Don't Bagoo Me, along with some other developers, programmers, have been working hard to provide a lot of different variants on this game. So, outside of the play kind of mechanics that you're going to see me be doing, we've got Randomizer, which you can choose to just randomize the enemies or randomize their stats. It's insane. You have one-hit KO mode, which is almost what this is, except for as I get later into the run. But yeah, we put a lot of work into trying to develop something fun to just kind of get Illusion of Gaia more attention in the community. So here we have a Great Wall. To complete it, I'll need Dark Friar. But we can at least get all the items here right now. Yeah, as I said, if anyone in chat has a question about the randomizer, feel free to ask. I'd be more than happy to answer. So I'm going to take an intentional death here, because it's going to be faster for me to use Spin Dash to progress to the next screen than it is for me to just go through this screen vanilla style. Alright, second screen. We're going to showcase Will's incredible iron kneecaps. Alright. I hope we don't get hit by anything here. Send these red jewels off as I go. Now, in a vanilla speedrun of this game, you would just run through that snake to take damage, but that snake would one-hit KO me, so I don't have that kind of luxury right now. Ow. We're just gonna kind of brute force our way through these snakes right now. Alright. Let's get through that section. Oh, yeah. Don't Bagoo Me has got the perfect commentator's voice. I couldn't ask him to commentate this just because it's so early in the morning for him. Alright, so we have 2 dark spaces I can check. I already have all the items in this dungeon, but I have 2 dark spaces to see if I get another will move. Or free Dan move. That's what I was trying to avoid. That's okay. The one good thing about Great Wall is that you can progress through the dungeon pretty quickly as long as you have Spin Dash. Yeah, he's got an amazing commentary voice for this. It's just, it's 2 o'clock in the morning for him right now. There's no way I could ask him to commentate on this. So, we do get stat upgrades, but depending on the difficulty, they're reduced. In extreme... Okay, so in any version, you get 3 HP jewels, 1 defense jewel, and 2 strength jewels as treasures. And then the other stat upgrades, you get It's based off what difficulty. So this is extreme difficulty, so there's only 6 stat upgrades in this specific run for me, and they're all HP upgrades. So I can either choose to find that, because it's basically 2 dungeons per stat upgrade. So like for the very first dungeon, or the very first Mystic Statue, you have Incan Ruins and Edward's Prison. There's 1 upgrade in all of those rooms, and it's an HP upgrade. Or, like in the vanilla game, if you defeat a boss, you'll collect all the upgrades based on those dungeons. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Because it's going to be much slower trying to press start on every screen. So like, I see an enemy's here, but there's no force icon in the top left corner of the map screen. Which means there's no upgrade on this specific screen. I'm not going to do that for every screen. So yeah, we'll get 3 HP each time I kill a major boss, for the most part. Right, let's go to Angel Village. I can't complete Angel Village because I don't have Psycho Slider, but I can go to Mew, and I can collect 1 item and check a dark space while I'm here. Oh yeah, I appreciate that, Turbo. Yeah, so that is the website for the released versions of this randomizer. And there's also a Discord for it. I can post that link after this run. Kind of can't do that right now. But feel free to join up. What's next for you? 11 for the Mew Palace key. Interesting. Okay, so that Mew Palace key would give us access to Seaside Palace. I can't complete it. I go that way. But we need 1 more red jewel to get that from the jeweler. So yeah, other modes besides this mode. You have, like I said, Randomizer if you want to switch the enemies up, which would greatly increase the difficulty of this. Just because if you speedrun this game, you wouldn't be too familiar with different enemy patterns when you're typically just sprinting through everything. There's boss shuffle, which is pretty fun. Entrance Rando is coming up. And we have Red Jewel Madness, which is you don't have to beat the game as far as the final boss, but you have to collect so many red jewels, and each time you collect the red jewel and turn it in, you lose 1 maximum HP. So you kind of have to strategically plan out when you're going to turn red jewels in, especially if you need them to progress to a certain area. So every time, this is a vanilla speedrun strat, but every time you see me go to my inventory and then back out, so I don't have any statues, I hope yet. It's just me canceling an animation for a barrier breaking. Oh, that's a dirty trick. The bane of any runner's existence in this dungeon is the flashers that we call Wizrobes. Monsters. Magic dust, alright. Magic dust? Okay, so that makes me think, so now I can go to see some Mew Palace key with these red jewels. Makes me think of what you need to actually beat this game. To beat the game, you have to A, collect required statues, so I have 4 required statues that I'm still not aware of. B, you have to get the aura. So that the aura is an item that allows you to unlock Shadow. And once you have Shadow, the final character in the game, you can use aura to traverse through floors. I give you all. Okay. Next one after this is 18 for the diamond block, which would let us get into. Inca Ruins. And you Kara. So in the vanilla game, Kara is here, an angel entrapped in a painting, and you have to get the magic dust by solving Ishtar's puzzles to rescue her. The magic dust is another item in this that's just randomly located somewhere. So I have the magic dust already. Alright, so that's the High Palace key. The Mu Palace key let me into here. I just don't know where Kara is. So her location's been randomized. She's in one of 5 minor dungeons. So she could very well be in Angel Village, could very well not be. We'll find out. Crystal Ring. Crystal Ring allows us to do the Babel boss rush if we wanted to get the 6th Mystic statue that way. So yeah, as I said, the bosses in this run, nice strength upgrade, will give you some kind of upgrade to your stats. In Extreme, you only get 1 upgrade. It's an HP upgrade. You get 3 HP each time you defeat a boss. Except for Statue 6. Statue 6, you have a choice of either doing the Babel boss rush, and you'll get a stat upgrade if you defeat Mummy Queen 2.0, or you can fight Solid Arm. And if you fight Solid Arm, the secret boss of the game, actually, I don't want to, I have the stones, so I want to do this before I get the other treasure. Oh, I also have the apple. I'll have to keep that in mind when I go back to Euro. Or if you wanted to quickly get Statue 6, as long as you can handle it, you can go through the secret dungeon and fight Solid Arm, and you won't get a stat upgrade for it, but the trade-off is it's faster to do it that way. Okay, so it's quite an interesting seed. I don't think I've had a seed where I've had to forcefully go through Seaside so early from the back end of the game. So yeah, we have a few options that open up to us right now. We're definitely going to go back to the next continent, Euro's continent, because we have the apple which we can turn in to get an item, and we also just got mushroom drops. We got 2 mushroom drops, which means we can go back to Mount Cress and actually get a couple items and a dark space. How do I want to go about that? I don't have slider. Yeah, I'm not ready to go back to Angkor Wat the evil way. Okay, so yeah, in the randomizer, when you want to go back to your starting location, you do that by visiting any dark space where Gaia is, and she'll transport you back to your starting location. Because I'm smack dab in the middle of the garden, I don't want to do that as much as possible. Alright, so let's turn this apple in. Okay, so the other difficulties. There are some changes aside from just how hard enemies hit. You also get a different amount of stat upgrades from defeating bosses. So easy mode, you get the most amount of stat upgrades. And it just kind of lessens as you get higher in difficulty. Excuse me. The power of the herbs changes, so the healing item in this game are herbs, and in easy mode, an herb will fill you full, and in extreme mode, you get 2 HP off an herb, so not super useful, but there are technically sections of the game where you could stockpile enough to give you a shot at taking an extra hit of damage if you have to. much like the vanilla run, there's kind of just one spot that is a scary issue, and I'm really hoping a key item isn't at right now. And it's the Killer 6. In the pyramids, in room 3 of the pyramids. So we're gonna save that room for last. If we can help it. Right, so use 1 mushroom drops there. Yeah. Unlucky pattern there. We have 1 more mushroom drop we can use, which will mean that there's just going to be 1, unless we get our final mushroom drops in this dungeon. Good need. So yeah, you can play this run however you want. It's not too beneficial to kill enemies just because there's not a lot of stat upgrades in extreme mode, but in easier game modes you can play like you want to just destroy as many enemies as you want for upgrades. Are we having stream issues? Everything seems okay on my end. Scary section here. I forgot what I was saying for the stream issues now. Make sure I don't die again. Take it nice and easy. Alright, so there's enough dark space I can check in here, which is kind of messed up. See if we get something here. No move, not worth it. Baku! Yeah, as I was saying, you can play as if you were wanting to grind up your stats in the easier difficulties because it is much more beneficial. And Lola's letter. Okay, so the game was definitely forcing me to die here. The game was forcing me to do this, actually. Lola's letter actually gives us access to the first 3 continents, so let's go do that. So now we can go to the first continent and we can figure out what statues we need. I kind of can plan what I want to do in this run. Alright, so for those of you who are familiar with the run, that fisherman right there, due to the generosity of Bagu, will always be there until you take his item. You don't have to wait for some seemingly amount of tries to get him over to that side of the pier. What do we need? 2, 3, 4, and 6, which means we have to fight Viper, the vampires, Sandfanger, and either Solid Arm or the Babel Boss Rush. So we actually don't need Statue 5. But I'm going to see if I can keep the hieroglyphs around. I think I can actually get rid of the hieroglyphs if I want to. The issue with that is I might need the extra HP if I'm forced to go through the Killer 6. So we'll hang on to him. Fighting Mummy Queen isn't too much of a time loss if you can kill her first try. Alright, Incan Ruins. I'm gonna take a death here. I want to, because I remember the diamond block was coming up next. I want to see if I can get the diamond block before I just check the one treasure at Incan Ruins. Alright, another rando fact. Depending on what game mode you have, this can be randomized. Father's Journal, not helping me. Let me go back to South Cave. I forget what was the tally for the diamond block. If I had Randomizer on, you could have some different amount of time depending on your difficulty. It's 18. Okay, so. Oh, what a pain. Let's check the one in Inca then. And then we're actually not gonna make up your mind, Solar. Let's go to Edwards and see if we can get 2 red jewels here. I'm being greedy right now. I want to see if I can get 2 more red jewels. Solar's mine, yeah. So there's a red jewel. If we can get 1 more, then we can get the diamond block and actually do more of the Incan Ruins. But I don't want to go to the prison, because if I go to the prison, I'm going to be stuck in the prison, and I'll have to warp back to Angkor Wat Garden. I kind of don't want to do that right now. Alright, awesome. It paid off. So now, let's go ahead back to South Cape, get the diamond block, and do a little more of Incan Ruins. There are someone, but to get access to Itori Village, we need Lola's Melody to kind of reveal the town, which I don't have yet. So yeah, there are items in this game that you need to traverse between continents. So I've got the Lola's Letter, which let me go between continents 1, 2, and 3. The Will gives me the Crux, which allow me to go in between 3 and 4. The Large Roast lets me go from 4 to 5. And then the Memory Melody basically gives me access to the entire game. Alright, so let's... Wow. Let's see what we can do. Oh, you're in my face. And then there's items that unlock certain locations. So you have Lola's Melody, which unlocks Itori Village. You have the Wind Melody, which unlocks the end of Incan Ruins. Yada yada. No worries, someone, no worries. There are things changed in this as well. Some of the items you wouldn't think to look for based off a vanilla understanding. So, that's typically a sequence break, but I do have to go this way to see Friedan anyway. But I don't have to turn into him if I don't want to, because I was able to do that with Will. If I already had Psycho Slider, I wouldn't have been able to do that little sequence break right there. Alright, so we're going to check the dark space here to see if we've got a move here. If we do have a move in this dark space, then that will actually mean that the rest of the dungeon, oh, you rotten jerk, is locked out. Alright, so we can actually shortcut our way back to there. Not too much of an issue. A long time since I died there. And we're back. Cheater, it's sequence breaking. It's what you do in the vanilla speedrun. Alright, moment of truth. Are we locked out of the rest or not? We are not. Alright, I don't need Friedan anyway. So yeah, if there was a move there, then I would think to myself, okay, the game doesn't expect you to be able to beat the rest of the dungeon because you can set this seed up to allow glitches or not allow glitches. If you allow glitches, then it expects you to be able to do that sequence break. If you don't allow glitches, then it doesn't expect that, and it would require you to have Friedan to access the rest of Incan Ruins. So if there was a move there, I wouldn't be able to transform into Friedan at most more than once, which wouldn't be required. And then it would be up to me whether I'd want to, say, do the rest of the dungeon anyway to see if I can get more red jewels to unlock the secret dungeon, or just completely bypass it. So, each character has their kind of benefits. I need to spin here. Will has these really nice invincibility moves, like Psycho Slider and Spin Dash. But once I get Psycho Slider, I can't do what we call free dashing anymore, which is sprinting, canceling your attack, and then continue to sprint, which most of the time gets us through enemies. So yeah, when I get Psycho Slider, that is gone. Friedan has much longer reach, hits harder, and I can do iframe dashing just like I can with Shadow. But I don't have access to a lot of invincibility moves, so it's a little easier to take damage as Friedan. Alright, one more dark space. And one more item to get before I have to leave. Unless I wanted to brute force the gold tile puzzle. And we get Psycho Slider. Alright, we have 2 of the 3 moves that we need to complete the game. Challenge me to one cycle the boss. Am I allowed to use Shadow? Alright, Slider. I'm okay with getting Slider right now. Usually, I hate to get Slider because it removes a lot of the sequence breaking you can do. And Hieroglyph. Wow, I'm kind of filling up on inventory space here. Actually, we're done here. It's Death Warp. What are we gonna do? Well, with Psycho Slider and Spin Dash, let's go back to Anchor Watt. Alright, so once you go to this jail, if you don't have the prison key, which I don't have, you're stuck in the cell. So I can get an item from Hamlet, and I can check this dark space for a move. Red jewels. Alright, up to 24. Making progress. It's a move. What we get? No one likes Aura Barrier. Come on. Rotten. Alright, so one of the fun things about... So yeah, I can actually complete the dungeon now that I have... Oh, I can't. I don't have Dark Friar. But I can do the first half of the dungeon. So these invincibility moves make it a little easier to get through here. It's very useless as a move. However, I should have set my checkpoint. Darn it. It could feasibly have one use in this. Does the logic require glasses? I think it does. I actually don't know the answer to that. I'm gonna set my spawn here in case I die with this checkpoint. If I had the glasses or didn't have the glasses already, I'd be going through here anyway. I don't have Dark Friar, so I can't even get to that room right now. If you speedrun the game, you kind of get an idea of how to run through there without the glasses. Will's flute is not as wide as I thought it was. Alright. I'd say the most annoying... Outside of the Killer 6, these two wall enemies are pretty annoying. Unless you have both strength upgrades in Extreme. For any other difficulty, not too bad, because you're typically stronger at this point. But we see a damage reduction in Extreme. Alright. So yeah, to progress through to the end of the dungeon, I need Earthquaker. But I can also do Earthquaker Skip, which is using Dark Friar to defeat the Invincible Golem. I don't think logic... I waited too long. would say you need to do Earthquake or Skip unless you allow glitches. But we would still complete the dungeon anyway if we had Darkfire. There's the ball. That's nice. Alright, so let's leave the dungeon. Actually, it'd probably be quicker just to... at this point, might as well just finish this area. Alright, all that traveling for one measly treasure item. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Alright, what do I have? Let's go to Continent 2. Because I desperately need to drop some stuff off. Inventory management is definitely something to deal with in this game. You'll never be locked out in logic as far as having too many key items in your inventory, but it is easy to fill up if you have herbs, and so you will have to get rid of some herbs at times, and I'm starting to get a few of them. There's 12 herbs in total, and we've only found 3 of them, so I'm sure our inventory is going to fill up soon. I need to get to Sky Gardens to drop off my crystal balls to kind of free up some inventory space. I also need to get to the pyramid to kind of drop off some hieroglyphs and my father's journal. Which I just noticed is not highlighted in the tracker. Sorry, trying to mess with the tracker. Prison key, red jewel, and an herb. Alright. So like I said, that's what I was maybe talking about. Aura Barrier. I don't need that. So that move right there is Psycho Dash. I actually don't need that, so I'm not going to waste the time to get that. Anything you can do with Psycho Dash, you can do with Psycho Slider or Spin Dash, so it's not necessary. I'm going to go to Sky Garden first to drop these crystal balls off and free up some inventory space. So yeah, Aura Barrier, completely useless. It doesn't even protect you from damage. If something slips by the barriers that come around you, you still take damage. However, because I don't have Dark Friar, in the 4th room of Sky Garden, you can technically hit the sword statue you need to progress with Aura Barrier, with its range, which is included in logic. So it's possible the game's expecting me to do that for an item. A little unlikely, but possible. With Psycho Slider, I can no longer do free dashes or invincibility dashes with Will. So you're going to see me Psycho Slide through enemies at times. So we're methodically just going to be going through these rooms, picking up items as we go. Clearing my inventory of red jewels if I can. Forget how much it was for the memory melody, but I think I have access to memory melody now from Jen the Jeweler. Red jewel. Alright, so now we're gonna die to death warp back to the beginning of this room. So yeah, this is another dungeon that utilizes checkpoints. So instead of the beginning screen of the dungeon, I'll start at the beginning area of each room when I death warp. There's also things called ramp glitches, which I also can't do now because I have Psycho Slider. Yeah, I typically don't like getting Psycho Slider, like I said earlier, early in the run, because you lose a lot of the ability to do sequence breaks. But I do have Spin Dash, which compensates for not having those sequence break abilities. So I can't jump over ramps in room 3 here, but I can use Spin Dash to get over them. The vanilla game doesn't expect you to have Spin Dash at this point. So it's still a sequence break. So I still don't have to do this room specifically. As the game intends. I can skip through most of it. I might take damage there. Alright, 2 Rama statues, but no statues of hope. That's a little mean. So yeah, typically you'd be able to jump over these, and it is possible to still do it, but it's a frame perfect trick, and I'm not gonna sit here and beat my head against the wall doing it. Joel. Yeah, it is possible to do it, and I hate to say it, but I have done it before, but it takes a lot. On my end, at least, to do that. Alright. So, no move here. But, just like in the vanilla speedrun, it'll be a little faster to transform into Freedan here than to do it in room 4, and then backtrack to kill the sword statue. Make sure we don't die here. Sketchy area coming up. Right there. Mess that up. Alright. So yeah. Enjoy it, Atlas. You're gonna see the one good use of Aura Barrier. So the game usually expects you to have Dark Friar to do that. Shooey, this stuff hurts. Ooh. Oh, I know. It's still useless. Extremely useless. Hey, I have no HP, so I'm not going to be doing the trick with this statue. There's a dope statue. Alright, we're going to see if I can make it not taking damage here. Because I do have a dark space to check. That'd be a very Bagu thing to put Dark Friar in this dark space after I just used Aura Barrier. You think you can die peacefully now? No, it's still useless. Alright, so we can Death Warp. We're done with this dungeon as far as what I can do. I still need to do room 2. Don't let me forget to do room 2 after I get Dark Friar. There's no way to really skip that. I'm actually gonna go back to Frisia. I forget how many red jewels I need to get Memory Melody. But I might make a pit stop if I can get it to the pyramid. Alright, and we just need 42, right? Yeah. The answer to everything is 42. So yeah, we now have access to every area in the game. Although, not access to complete every area. which is good and bad. It gives me options, but it also means I've got to keep track in my mind of every single thing I can do. Now, what's built into this auto tracker, and thank you, Apo, for the auto tracker, you also have a map that will light up and tell you what areas you have access to, what areas you can complete stuff in, and what areas you've completed. But there's no room to really show that on stream, and I don't usually have enough room to have that anyway, so I don't use that either. Alright. So, to get through there, you need the crystal ring and you need aura. I don't have aura, so I can't do the Babel boss rush. So outside of that, I'm locked out of leaving. I have to go back to Angkor Wat. Your place, your favorite place, and my favorite place. Death Garden. The fun of not starting in South Cape. Ooh, got good RNG there. Looking for that friar. Alright, so with the memory melody, we unlock Neil and his transportation in different continents. So I can, aside from continent 1, find Neil somewhere and use him to traverse all the locations he offers. So let's go to Dao and see if we can get the... Actually, I'm going to go to the pyramid first to drop these off because my inventory is super full. It's okay, we still unlock that dark space. There's no force here. Alright, what item we getting? Elevator key. Happy I came here first. Oh, look, we're an hour in. Alright. Good to know. Now, my father's journal actually tells me the order of the hieroglyphs, so I know which spot to put these in now. And that guy takes it from me, so I don't have to hold it in my inventory. As you can probably guess, the hieroglyph order is randomized. So without my father's journal, you actually can't do the Mummy Queen fight unless you try every possible combination of hieroglyphs, which would be insane to do. Rituals. Okay, I gotta check this dark space. Dark Friar, come on. Come on, man. Give me that friar. Alright, so I mean, this is a fun little thing. You get to see Friedan in a town, something you can't typically see. Now this is randomized also, the snake game. So in vanilla, you have to do so many snakes in 60 seconds. It depends on your difficulty, the number of snakes, and how many you have to, or how long you have. So I have to hit 36 snakes in 25 seconds, because it's extreme mode. Oh, don't worry, Lily. I have Aura Barrier, so you should be pretty happy about that. I've actually used it once already. There we go. How much room I got? I got some room. Let's go back to continent 2. And I'm still free, Dan. Alright, let's go to the mine. This should take me back to Will, yeah. So I got the elevator key, which allows me to progress further into the dungeon. And because I have Spin Dash, I actually don't need Dark Friar to get the Dark Friar chest. I'm actually going to do this one first. Free up some inventory. Alright, so yeah, this siege isn't too gentle. We've got a little bit going on as far as a little backtracking, but also just kind of options wide open to us, but nothing really being completely opened up. I can't finish this dungeon. I can't finish a lot of the dungeons because I don't have some of the key items required. Another hieroglyph tile. One more, we could actually fight the Mummy Queen. I will say the one good thing is that I have access to a lot of the moves that would makes this a little easier. A death warp. Not have to worry about running past enemies. I can just psycho slide through them to damage them. As we're going through this spot, I'm going to kind of think of where I can go now. So I have one Statue of Hope. So I can go to Mew, lower the water level, and do a little more in the dungeon. Good morning, Sai. Yes, it's been a bad goose seed so far. Knight's Letter. Knight's Letter lets us know where Kara is, and Kara is in Mount Cress. Bagu. Ah, yes, Sai. It's been a seed. We start in the Garden of Angkor Wat. We have Aura Barrier, and we've used Aura Barrier once for its intended purpose. In the rando, at least. So yeah, we have a Statue of Hope, so we can do extra Mew stuff. I just missed that. Ritual. That's kind of it. We might be forced. I mean, we have the prison key, so we can do a little extra in the prison, but alright, so there's three options. We can do more in the prison, but not complete it. We can do a little bit of Mew, but not complete it. That was dirty. There you go. We can do Angel Village and actually complete it now that we have Psycho Slider, and that might be the next place I go. Just getting herbs left and right here. Yeah, I'd say Angel Village is the only minor dungeon I can really complete right now, so that's probably going to be our next step. You always want to make sure that you break this wall first, because it's possible the previous dark space will give you free Dan, and you can't break that wall for free Dan. No move. no vanilla fryer. So yeah, we have Earthquaker, so we can technically complete Anchor Watt now. Ah, but there's Dark Fryer. French vanilla Dark Fryer. But Earthquaker doesn't allow us to beat the rest of the game. So you don't need Earthquaker to beat the game, ever. You can do something called Earthquaker Skip with Dark Fryer and Anchor Watt. Now that we have Dark Fryer, I'm done checking dark spaces, which is a load off my mind. Alright, so I don't have the other 2 prison keys to get the final treasure in this dungeon. So we're in a death warp and get out of here. Let's do Angel Village. No. First, let's complete Sky Garden so I don't forget it. So yeah, actually with Dark Friar, we've opened up a few more of our options. We can complete Sky Garden now, aside from beating the boss. We can actually complete the Great Wall now and get our first Mystic Statue. Statue number 4. We can also complete Anchor Watt. So yeah, we got a few options open to us right now. But I'm still not going to use... Well, actually, that's not... Okay. I can use that Dark Jewel because I have Earthquaker now. The Dark Jewels upgrade Free Dance Dark Friar ability. But if you plan on doing Earthquaker Skip, you actually can't do Earthquaker Skip with a single upgraded Dark Friar. You either do it with no upgrades or both upgrades. But because I have Earthquaker, I don't have to worry about that. How I didn't get hit there, I have no idea. So that's Death Warp. This is really dumb to do. I shouldn't have done that. On a marathon run too. Shame on me. So you can actually soft lock the game there. Well, I guess that's only if there's a fanfare. I don't know. Sai, can you soft lock there still? Diamond Coast. Let's complete Angel Village. We got a slew of items we can get here. No, you know what? Let's get some health. Might help us in Angel Village, although we'll probably still get one shot. Yeah, let's complete this. Get our first Mystic Statue. Make it look like I've had some sort of progress in this run. As far as I know, you guys have just been watching me die a lot in the garden and not really do anything else. Okay, yeah, so you can't really soft lock it there, so never mind. It wasn't dumb. We're cool. Alright, the reason we couldn't complete this before is because I needed Dark Friar from Freedan, which we now have. Yeah. So, Sai and Atlas, who are in chat right now, are also playtesters for this game. Originally, the fanfares for certain treasure chests were still left in. However, I believe it was on the Diamond Mine, halfway through, the fanfare on getting an item there, Sai found a way to kind of break the game. So we don't have fanfare. We don't have nice things anymore. had to deal with bugging the inventory out. So the fanfare is a separate music track. The game has to load it, and you'll notice if you play the vanilla game that there's a slight hitch in the game, like everything freezes for just an instant when it tries to load that track. And I think it was if you go into your inventory at some specific time, right after that fanfare plays, you actually break the inventory and can't get into it anymore. I think it was like that. That was so long ago. So it was easier just to remove the fanfares from all treasure chests. Alright, any guesses in chat how many egg cycles I'm going to get from Sandfagger? Egg cycles are where he just sticks his head out and you can actually do some damage to him. That's one of 3 cycles he can do. Let's see what we get. Well, so far 0. But no mishits so far. Alright, so this vertical pattern he has is the slowest pattern he can do. And he's loving it right now. But we got 1 egg cycle so far. 2 egg cycles. If I was doing a vanilla speedrun right now, I'd be so bad. Alright, 3 egg cycles. Almost 3 egg cycles. We'll call Cloud the winner on that one. Alright, 1 Mystic Statue down, 3 to go. What the heck did I say I wanted to do? Angel Village. As you can see, I beat the boss. I got my 1 stat upgrade, 3 extra HP. I'll have to stand on top to hit him multiple times. I don't believe so. So yeah, we'll go through Angel Village. We'll see how bad I can embarrass myself on the Ishtar puzzles. This is the most up-to-date version, at least on the dev side. So there are some new variations on the puzzles that Bagu's added recently. I'm reading chat. Defense upgrade, that's nice. Our lowly, one and only defense upgrade. Actually, let me... Those rare opportunities you can use spin dash somewhere you're not supposed to. Alright. So we know Kara's not here, so I don't need to check that room. one item in here. 2 red jewels. Getting close to going to the secret dungeon. Now we have their stars puzzles. Study this room. I actually have no idea. Study this room. Alright, that one was easy. Red jewel. Please remember when playing this game. What? I'm so bad! Alright, what's different here? Am I missing something here? I hope this isn't busted. That's gonna really suck if it is. Well, I can't even move until after I choose what I need to... Huh. Well, you know what? This is what I get for doing a seed that might have needed play tested. Yeah, it's not even Will's hair blowing. Alright, well, we'll come back. It's not necessarily a dead run. That is a little alarming. But okay, we'll come back. I'm missing basically 2 treasures there. That one and the one where the magic dust would be vanilla eyes. I don't know how he set it up. The chances are it's just another red jewel, which shouldn't be an issue, but I don't know what that magic dust item would be. I'm pretty sure that one's a red jewel. The other one, hopefully the other one's an herb. What am I doing? That threw me for a loop. Let's do a little more in Mew. There's an item we can check in Mew. Well, it's a recent update. It's on me for not going a previous version. But it's okay. The chances are high I don't actually need that treasure chest. But we'll see. I mean, it is a Bagu seed after all, right? This wouldn't be a Gaia run without that. Yeah, that wouldn't have been it either. Worst case scenario, it's the aura. But what I'll do, I mean, I don't have the spoiler log open right now. I'll exhaust every possible option. I'll play through this seed, and then we'll, once I'm stuck, I'll open up the spoiler log and see if that's where my item is. So yeah, normally you would choose that chest in the speed run. One has the herb, so throwing for a loop right now from that. The other has a red jewel. I think that's what it is in vanilla. But because I got a red jewel in the first one, and that chest wasn't the answer, it makes me think that something else was supposed to be the answer. Alright, so what I have open up to me right now is another dark space, which I don't need to check because I have all the moves I need, and I already know where Psycho Dash is anyway. Oh gosh, I didn't mean to do that. But we do have one item all the way around here we can look for. Yeah, I'll start to worry if I don't find the aura, because the aura unlocks the entirety of the pyramid. And there we have one of the it's nothing treasures. What a grand waste of time. All right. Let's go do Anchor Watt. Let's go do more of Edward's prison. It'll throw us back into Anchor when I return from a dark space, because I can't complete Edward's prison. And we'll do Anchor Watt. Alright, so we have a few treasure chests to get here. This being the first, I mean, it's a minor dungeon of the game. We can tank a few hits here. Not too much worry. Shame on me. Alright. HP jewel. I had all the time in the world to get through that arrow. Last thing I can get. And that's the other dark jewel. Really not beneficial coming here. Death to the dark space. Go to Anchor Watt and complete Anchor Watt now. Indeed, Freedan. Well, we can at least survive a fly hit now. But not two. Yeah, it's pretty awful to start here in the garden. Sai knows that too. Sai and I are one of the 3 that run on extreme for the rando. That I know of, at least. Well, I don't want earthquake or skip, so I don't need to charge that. Vanilla strats for the win. Alright, the extra, we could go fight Mummy Queen right now. How much space do I have? I got some space. But we'll save that for if I have to do Killer 6. So we'll set a checkpoint here. Yeah, I'm not having any issues on the Streamlabs, so it could stream. Apologize everyone who's watching. Alright, another red jewel. One more, we can go to the secret dungeon. Yeah. Doesn't make it unwatchable. No worries. Not what I wanted to see. Hit. Alright, yeah, so we got the black glasses real early on in this, so this room would typically be blinding white, and you wouldn't be able to see where you're supposed to be going. And there's our 40-second ritual. Now what I want to see is something important on this final treasure. Because I'm running out of ideas of places to go. That's unfortunate. Well. That's double on me for not using an older seed. Wow. Alright, well. Well, Kara's not even supposed to be there, Sai. She's supposed to be at Mount Cress. Okay, well, we can... Oh, I can't Death Ward down. And that checkpoint. Let's go to the secret dungeon. See if we get something important. Other than that, I'm going to check the spoiler log and see what's up. I feel really bad because I'm not giving the randomizer the showcase it deserves. die here, I'm gonna go a different way through here. Sad times. Yeah, there's a little logic. It's not that chaos. Huh. Well, yeah, let's go to the secret dungeon and see what we get there. There's only one item we're gonna get. Let's fingers crossed for Aura to continue this freak out. Also, don't be alarmed if you see lag spikes. It's green. Dungeon. You guys enjoying this lag? Alright, I should get rid of most of there. Moment of truth. Okay. The run lives. So let's oh, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. Let's farm. Get the second statue we need and go back to Mew. Anyone remember this boss from their childhood? Wait, it's a little risk. If this works, I'm gonna take my time. But, or at least I'm not practiced. And I know for sure I don't have enough HP to stand one hit. So, upon beating Solid Arm, or the boss rush, which is in the vanilla game, and he'll give you the 6 mystic stat. And then we'll talk to that spirit one floor below. And go back to Dao. And then I guess we're going to Mew. Alright. Keep your fingers crossed, everyone. It's... we've got back. I could vampires. I really want to do vampires without Shadow. To progress anywhere, so I would leave them. And you said, what, we're missing 3 items? What are we missing? We're missing a crystal ball. And we're missing a mushroom drop. That is not helping me. But I'm not necessarily one of those. I mean, one of those would be cool, but the most useful are. The Aura would unlock the pyramid. I already got 1 item, so that leaves 11 items left to get in the pyramid. Okay, so that's good. That gives us access to Kara and item Mount Cress. The final item of Mount Cress, actually. Really hoping something else is in here. And that's actually good. So Lola's Melody unlocks. Fair. We try the vamps. The vamps one time with free. Okay, so Lola's Melody gives us Itori Village. We necklace to get access to Lily to unlock the rest of Edward's prison and to get the last item in Seaside Palace. So yeah, I'm gonna try this once. And if I die, then we'll go do something else. I don't need the vampires to progress through anything. I just need their statue at some point. Greedy! So greedy. Yeah, I'm not wasting time on that. Let's, we'll come back. And if I am really locked out of stuff, I can just... How's that set my checkpoint if I die? Let's find out. The greed was super real. And as I was realizing I could use... Oh, that's how the checkpoint's set. Alright, so we gotta run back to the beginning. So, okay, let's just fight him then. We'll give it one more shot. If I use... It looked like if I used 1 herb, I'd be able to tank 1 more hit. So, assuming it'll push us back to the entrance of the dungeon, and I don't have to... I'm not using Aura Barrier side. Aura Barrier does not deserve to be used. Plus, also, if the seed is messed up, this would be a good time sink. I got about 45 minutes to complete the game within the estimate. Keep the marathon on track. So yeah, with Shadow, you have something called Aura Glitch, which you could do in the vanilla game. Ooh, risky. What are you just chilling out? What are you doing? Ooh! Just use two just in case. Oh, stop being greedy. Oh gosh! Oh, you got one more. Oh, by the way, no one's attached to the bomb, so I don't even know why we're running this fight. Ugh. Scary fight. Alright. So, yeah. In Chaos Logic, a possibility is that you have two ability moves in both Dark Spaces and Mew. And if you do, then it's more than likely you're forced to... where am I going? That's probably quicker to... no, it's not. You could be forced into fighting the vampires as Will, which is a nightmare, but that's Chaos Logic. Alright, what did I get? So I can... We can do Itori Village, which gives us 2 items we can get. And we can go to the end of Mount Crest. So 3 item checks. Hopefully one of them has the aura. Oh yeah, Dead? Hopefully you enjoy the randomizer for it. It's very interesting to see how such a linear game can be broken up into what it is. So, that bug's interesting, actually, because I didn't even know that you could have a text box that said you use the magic dust, Monkey A, but it didn't do anything. Monkey A is not really what we wanted to see. When Melody doesn't help me, doesn't give me access to an item, and I don't have the Incan statues anyway, so this is a little scary. I don't have the necklace, so I can't give that to Lily. So yeah, we're going to Crest, and fingers crossed. What am I doing? This might have been the longer way to get here. Yeah, you should be okay to post a link to the Discord. And if you wanted to post a link to the randomizer, the website for the randomizer, that has been done too, so that should be fine. Got everything else. I don't think I'm missing anything. I think we are really just relying on this final chest. And it's not like I can even... I can't ask this bag who's sleeping right now. Like I said, he did change some of the puzzles, what they can do in Ishtar's puzzles. It's possible it's just something we can't see. Maybe. Although it's more than likely not that. It's a little scary relying on this. One last item. Ow. Jerk. It's possible. I mean, we could go back there and kind of poke around on the screen, which would probably take forever, but... Well, let's save her first. Alright. I was worried about that. As soon as I stepped foot in Itori Village, I thought, wouldn't that just suck? Back to Itori. Alright, run's still on. What a mean seed. What are we doing? Go back to South Cape. Alright, so the necklace, typically in vanilla and the Great Wall, you would pick up pieces of the necklace that Lance was leaving. Here you just get the full necklace as an item. And you give it to Lily, which gives us access, as long as we have Lola's Melody also, which obviously we do. Gives us access to the end of Edward's prison. And it also gives us access to one more treasure in Seaside Palace. So we actually have 3 more treasure locations to check now. So let's go to Edwards. We finish up Edwards. And this is good. It's a mean seed. Things really aren't linking up for me. But I'm going to be darn close to the estimate, so that's a good thing. So yeah, really we just need... what? A crystal ball? And Aura. And then we're in go mode. Now, to wet everyone's whistle, there's a super boss being worked on right now called Apocalypse Gaia that was kind of in the original code, but very broken, not well put together. And Raven, one of the programmers and developers for this amazing rando, pieced it together with the intent of keeping the developer's original thoughts together. And it's in beta right now, but hopefully soon to be included in the rando, and it should be pretty fun. A couple of you in chat have seen it. I know Sai and I have tested it out. But there isn't, just wet your whistle, there's a super boss being worked on. Alright, come on, prison. Daddy needs a new aura. Not what I want to see. So there's another way we could get trolled too, although it's a little unlikely right now. If we get both ink and statues, we can fight Cast-Off, and after you fight Cast-Off, you get transported to the gold ship, and there's an item on the gold ship, so it is possible there's an item locked behind Cast-Off. I say that and get ink and statue A, so nightmare scenario. I'm gonna go to Seaside Palace now, and if we get ink and statue B, there's an item locked off and I have to fight Cast-Off anyway. What are we doing? Yeah, I'm surprised I'm missing as many key items as I am. There's left is the pyramid. Where am I going? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. Really not liking this coming down to the last treasure. This randomizer logic's so great. It's being super mean right now, someone. Which is awesome. I mean, it's what people love to see. They love to watch people rage over stuff not going their way. Thank you, Flair. Thank you, thank you. Wait. I did check this already, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright, so we have Lily. Because we have the necklace, and so we can get into this coffin. And I think that's the last thing I can check. So here we go. Dude, forget this seed. Alright, we got R. So, yeah. Onwards to the pyramid. Yeah, thanks a lot, Lily. Thanks a lot. How am I gonna get there? Go this way. Coffins like trash cans for humans. Well, that's dark. Alright, back to Water Mia, so we can go to Euro, so we can get the Neil, so we can go to Dal, so we can go to the pyramid. Did you catch all that? So, based off this glitch, there's two characters. Interesting. Alright, saving the pyramid for last. Not typically how I like to do things, but what can you do? Yeah, I'm really, really hoping it's not that side. Oh, hey, Shadow, where you been this whole seed? So Shadow is the last transformation Will can do. It's the strongest. It has aura, which allows us to traverse through floors. It also allows us to do aura glitch, which basically causes us to cause damage while in aura form. It doesn't happen all the time. It's something we have to implement. Just be Crystal Ball. Just be Crystal Ball, and I don't even have to do this. You're not the Crystal Ball. I have to do this. Alright, so technically, the way you can do the pyramid is 3 rooms with shadow, 3 rooms. And it's at this moment I realize I didn't have any health, and I just did that little setup wrong anyway, so we'll heal up now. Actually, we will, so we'll just do the will rooms right now. Maybe we'll get lucky. So some of these rooms have treasure chests, some have the hieroglyph locations, which are items. So we're gonna be all. We're just really fingers crossed. Possible the crystal ball is not even in this dungeon, and I'm just gonna get more items to unlock other areas. So not helpful. For those, what are you hoping? I know Sai's hoping that the last crystal ball is behind Killer 6. What are you all hoping for? Do a little freak strat here. You do that, but less lag than doing a slide through them. Completely messed that up. So you all hope the last crystal ball is. I messed that up. But I'm gonna need you to kinda work with me on the items here. Teapot. Does nothing for me. I didn't want to. Alright, while we're here, let's go ahead and drop these off. Alright, so Mummy Queen's unlocked if we want to do that. We don't want to do that. Well, the crystal ball is in one of those 2 chests I couldn't get into. In Angel Village. Oh, stream, hold up. Come on. Stream, you can do it. We're in the... Come on, speedruns. A lot of herbs. Good news is there's only 1 herb left to get, so let's we're just about done with them. Let me heal up again. Alright, so this is room 5. I already got the first chest that you can get. The second one, a little harder to get to. It's a hieroglyph one. Not to really help you through this. So what you do is you attack and then aura while you're attacking. So I'm doing damage as up and down here. Got really up there with the bird soldier, and then I lost my sprint there. So it's a rough room. Let's get this treasure chest, and then we'll do room 1, and then we'll be done with the rooms. Red jewel's not what we wanted to see there. Right, the thought that this would have been a randomized ROM with how linear the game is. So this room's not too bad. You're just spin dashing your way as we've been going through the entire run. Spin dash giving us the invincibility we need. Spin dash here to get through these orbs. Bomb steps, spin dash again. And here we get the crystal ball! Come on! Back to Shadow then. So roast is the item that lets us go from Dal back to Native's village through an MP. Like I said, I don't think you got to see. I got to do the snake game with free Dan, which is pretty cool. Gotta love chaos. Try this room again because I don't want to do room 2 until after room 5 is done. So if you're here. Okay, that's good. Right there, too far to the left. So if you are down on the perfect pixel, you can hold, if you have to hold up, but you'll automatically door a pixel to the left. Maybe 2 pixels to the left. It's 3 down. Alright, one more iframe dash and then we'll be done with room 5. We got some good RNG on the enemies here. And my worst nightmare is coming true. Please no. Please don't make me do the killer 6. Oh, there's 2 treasure chests. Hopefully we get something that's not a red jewel. Killer 6 is also a time sink. If I do all that for nothing, I'm gonna be pretty close to the estimate. Oh, we'll be yelling Valhalla. Not what you want to see. And a red jewel. Alright. Well, here's what's gonna happen. The Killer 6 right now. I refuse. So, we're gonna go to the Incan Ruins, we're gonna fight Cast-Off, and we're gonna check the gold ship. I did get that one treasure chest. I just had a moment like, what about that one area in Angkor Wat? But I did get that. Alright, let's go. I'm already here. I'm losing my mind at this seed. Oh no, I wasn't there. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Alright. One time. So what's... Wow, there's not really too much left. It's really true. Where are we going? Okay. So the crystal ball, or what do I have left to check besides those Angel Village chests? We have the key after Cast-Off, and it's possible also that if Red Jewel or the last herb, that we can check Diamond Mines if I get the other key. Or the Killer 6. Any guesses on where the gold tile is? Give me a row and a column. Yeah, sorry about it. I mean, I'm looking at my Streamlabs. I don't have any drop frames right now. It's somewhere along the line. I don't know where it's at. I apologize, though, whatever it is. Row 6, column 3? I can't really wait. Well, it's row 1, column 5. So yeah, as I said earlier, that tile is randomized. It could be any one of those 72. Oh, good guess, someone. Alright, that's another one to write down. So I can turn in the Freedom, which I guess I will here. Oh, I actually can't. Interesting. Okay. It's just one slap in the face after the other. This is what I get. We're fighting it with will. Interesting. Again, these are things you should see in your playthrough. I took my seat off of the dev site and not the actual app site. Which is a later version. position yourself based on where that floating crystal is, you shouldn't take damage. And it's a slower fight just because I'm missing cycles in the hands. Alright. Yeah, 3 cycle it is. Technically possible to get 2 cycle, but that ain't happening right now. So, not worth doing that. Which means I think the Killer 6 is all that's left. Bummer. Is that so, Lily? Yeah, let's go back to the pyramid and try the Killer 6. And then after the Killer 6, I'll check the spoiler log just to double check. Just to make sure we're kind of close on estimate. I got, what, 14 minutes from me looking at the stream, so I would need 3 minutes for Gaia. So, assuming I can do this first try, we should be okay. Even if they send me to, Diamond Mine to get that last item there. Oh, yeah. They give me 100% seed. Alright, so for those not familiar with Illusion of Gaia, or at least the rando, or the speedrun Illusion of Gaia, Killer 6 are a group of 6 orbs, or a group of 6 orbs at the end of this room. Are very scary as Shadow. Now, I could take Friedan down here. It's slower to take Friedan down here, so we're just gonna hope. Okay, good RNG there, that's good. We're gonna hope I get in a good position on them and I don't get fast lasered one of them. Bagu is not a good lad, Sliver. Not for this one. I'm not doing any fancy death kill right there. Gotta be a little safe. Okay. One more staircase and we're at the Killer 6. I hate that. Alright, here we go. Valhalla! Oh, I took a hit! Let's use our here. Second Valhalla. Couldn't turn around. Alright, we'll take Friedan down there. A little slower, but we'll take Friedan down. Make it a little safer. Not really used to using free Dan here. So there's a switch over here we have to hit. Thank you for the good luck, Colin. Alright, for those just joining, let's recap. Couple issues with the seed. It's possible we're locked out because my final crystal ball is in Angel Village and I can't get to it. So this is, I believe, my last spot to check. I'm still alive. Psycho's not on board. Oh. At least you get to hear the pyramid music some more. And if the crystal ball isn't here, like I said, I'll check the spoiler log, just to double check that it's actually in Angel Village. That lag, though. Ah, yeah, we had the bugged Anchor Watt Spirit, so that's also a possibility for an item I could have been locked out of. And not even a crystal ball. It could be the other key that would get me into Diamond Mine. Because I am missing an herb and 2 red jewels. So who knows? We're about to find out. Alright, the slow but steady way. Especially with the double upgraded Dark Friar. A Heart Barrier would not protect me there. And it's a nerve. Alright, to the spoiler log. Let's see. Where are we looking? Maybe. Maybe I... So I got this one. I got the one in the store. I got the... Oh. Oh, we should have been done so long ago. Oh, we should have been done so long ago. Tell you what, you know what? This was all to keep the marathon up the pace. Perfect planning on my part. We're gonna be about 2 or 3 minutes over estimate. Oh, that's funny. We've been done so much sooner. But I didn't want the marathon to really be put out, having to find a backup, be ahead of schedule. It's a huge toll on the runners, so this works out in the end. No, but seriously, I'm really glad I lose the seed to something. How do you forget one? And there's our final crystal ball. Kill a Viper real quick, and then we'll go fight Dark Gaia. Let's go to Southgate. Drop off the teapot, the Moon Tribe, and that'll take us straight to Sky Garden. So the teapot in the vanilla game is used for revealing the true identity of Neil's parents. You get that at the end of Mount Cress. Here, it's an item to get the Moon Tribe to take you to Sky Garden directly. Viper fight, Dark Gaia. Be about 4 minutes behind schedule. Alright. Final Mystic Statue. To Dark Gaia. Actually, we won't even be that far behind. So, once you have all the requisites, which are pre-requisites, those statues set in the randomizer how many you need. Aura and Kara rescued. You can talk to any Gaia in a dark space. Titans together. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that one yet. So the message he says before he launches off into space is also randomized. Go to any dark space, talk to Gaia, and you can get sent straight to Dark Gaia. So alright. We got our statues, we're on our way to Dark Gaia, time for the final boss. And for the second best music in this game, in my opinion. Also, for those of you who really enjoy adding a little bit of spice to your randomizers, you see we have Firebird here, and in the vanilla Illusion of Gaia, you get Firebird only whenever you go to the final boss fight. However, you can check off a box in the randomizer that allows early Firebird. And to unlock that, you need the Crystal Ring and Aura. I don't think there's something else you need. You just need Crystal Ring and Aura. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sire Atlas. But if you get those two, then you also get to use Firebird anytime you're Shadow. So it's first phase, time for final phase. Crystal Ring and Kara. Okay, so you need Crystal Ring, Kara, and Shadow. So Aura. Crystal Ring, Kara, and Aura. Bad RNG, come on now. Just 4. Ow. Alright, so that was a 5. So it's possible I can kill him on the next phase, so time will be when I say time on his death, but I'm either going to have 4 or 5 hits, so if it's 4, I'm not going to kill him. If it's 5, he'll die. Time. Alright. I apologize, we went a little bit over the estimate. But that is Illusion of Gaia Randomizer. And if you all... I'm going to post this in here right now. So that's the link to the randomizer. That's not going to have the glitches that you saw. That's the newest version, developer version that I got. So you don't have to worry about that. There's a link to it. If someone else can bring up the Discord link, that would be much appreciated. Thank you to No Holidays Allowed for holding this marathon. They are supporting, it's a charity marathon, they're supporting Go Rescue, so if you feel so inclined to donate for saving the puppers, please, by all means, donate to their cause for saving the puppers. They hit their original goal, they have a new goal of $750. I'm sure they really appreciate some support from anyone in the chat right now. I know we have Burnout Legends coming up next. So I'll let someone come into the Discord chat to let me know if they're done with me.
Somewhat. I'm still setting up a few stuff, but yeah, we are actually supporting Go Rescue, which do help all the animals with finding new homes and gets off the street. It's a really good organization, which we have been supporting for several marathons already. But I believe you have done your final shoutouts and everything?
Yeah, for the most part. Let me just say then, if you're going to give me shoutouts, thank you to Don't Bagoo Me for creating this. It's brought a lot of energy back to the Illusion of Gaia community, whether it's the vanilla community or the new randomizer community. Thank you to all the playtesters we have a lot of fun ragging on each other while we play these things. We're going to have a ton of fun ragging on Bagoo for this seed, and I'm pretty sure it'll come back to bite me for using a newer seed. Yeah, I guess we can just pay attention to the dialogue right now as Will and Kara have their final moments, but I'm ready to be cut off if you want to put us in intermission, getting ready for the next game, whenever.
Yes, we are gonna cut off and we will come back soon with Burnout Legends. So stay tuned for that.
Thank you, everyone.